Eagles here in South Philadelphia. It's Jake Elliott ready to get this one kicked off. And off we go here on a Thursday night. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he decides not to bring it out. So they'll take over at the 30-yard line. So they come to the line for first down and 10.
Well, they try to get the run game started here.
Open up the rhyme book and read the composition. I can truly give about the competition. I'm in another atmosphere, I'm on another mission. Yeah, you know that boy Logic put pen to page like a petition. You always switching up your whole position. I can see it in your face like an esthetician. Food for thought, it's the highest caliber.
Just north of the Delaware Expressway and east of Broad Street, we find ourselves at Lincoln Financial Field in South Philly. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And he takes this near the 25, just a little past there, call it the 26. On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And they worked this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. On that last run, he's now hit the 6,000-yard mark for rushing yards in his career.
And moves him squarely into the top 100 rushers of all time. In fact, he can boast that he's rushed for over 1,000 yards more than Gale Sayers did in his career. And Gale Sayers was a Hall of Famer in a short career.
So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another first and 10 here. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. The Eagles at 8-1 on the year. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Throwing is Hurts. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down.
No surprise at all. They're looking for the big man early in this one. The only surprise for them, he couldn't hang on to the pass.
Here's Hurts to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 43. Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Hurts sets up to throw it. Open man, that's Devontae Smith. And he's taken down inside the 30. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Hurts. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
The toss here completed to Pittman. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door, first and goal. Barkley going to take this down just short of the goal line. He got 3, but could not get the ball over the chalk. Second and goal from the 1. From the gun, it's Hurts. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Michael Pittman with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Eagles will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. With these Thursday night games, sometimes you get those quick turnarounds. You wonder how a team's going to start. They started really well.
Everyone's always wondering, going into a Thursday night game, who has their legs, who has the overall health of a team. But mentally, if you get that early edge, the other team might think to itself, it's been a short week, we're not really ready to go. You might run them into the ground that way. That's why getting that early score means a lot.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. So first and 10 now from the 30. Play action, now it's Daniels. They'll get this out wide to Eckler. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. A 14-yard pickup. That's 14 yards on 2 straight plays. Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on first down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they've got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this moving.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it second and 4. Now, this defense for the Eagles, they were very good in the win over Dallas a week ago.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
On second down, they'll run it here. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Throwing now is Daniels. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
So the kick from here on a field goal would have been right at 53 yards. But instead, offense out there. They're going for it.
Daniels going to throw for it. Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on fourth. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there.
So the drive stays alive after the fourth down conversion. 1st and 10 inside the 30.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Here they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. He'll get it to the 23-yard line.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Washington with a football here to begin quarter number 2.
As they've got it with a 3rd down coming up.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Here's Daniels.
Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. First target, first catch, and a first down.
How about a nod to the sequence of plays they're putting together here? This has been death by 1,000 paper cuts on this drive. But this is one of their best plays yet, and they're able to move it down into the red zone.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play.
Now 2nd and 9 from the 10.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And a short pickup there down to about the 9.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Samuel in motion. To throw is Daniels.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be 4th down. Gonzalez's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
They are riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy because everyone's locked in practice and meetings because everyone feels good about themselves. And for coaches, this is where they have to tell themselves, don't add too much. Don't worry about game plans as much as players. So look at your play sheet and think, give it to the guys who play best, and don't worry about the rest of it.
Hey, easy, 63, bang!
Looking to throw again on 2nd down.
Hurts.
He'll get this out to Barkley, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A first down carry for Barkley. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Complete. Smith has it. On the gain of 3 on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd down. They'll set up a throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts.
He will find Smith in the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A 24-yard touchdown.
And the Eagles are able to widen their advantage.
Elliott good with a PAT, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
And they are back to 500 on the year, got the win last weekend, and it's one that kept their playoff hopes alive.
If you do have those hopes, 500 is not where you want to be at this point of the year. Now, we know they've battled through some rough patches this season, so it now comes down to how they're going to finish. Not out of it, can't afford any more missteps, though.
On second down, they'll run it here. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. But let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains, that means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
From the shotgun, it's Daniels.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on 4th down.
Debo going in motion left. On 4th down, here's Daniels.
Buying time to his left. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts,
as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. So 3rd and inches, and this will be the 9th play of the drive. And now here's a carry heading left.
And he's going to have a Commander's first down as they're able to move the sticks with a gain of 4 on 3rd and inches. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10.
Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Then he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Off the play fake, Daniels. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. And the Eagles are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line.
Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points no matter what. At worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon.
Ready for the second half. 14-3 our score as we are back underway on EA Sports. And no return forthcoming. It'll be a touchback. And the third quarter will start from the 30. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. In the first half, they struggled a little bit to keep pace offensively, CD, down 2 scores here. So how do they make some changes coming out of the locker room?
Well, they've studied what they did in the first half. They've seen what the defense is throwing at them. Now they want to have a plan of attack against it. So you come out, you're not going to get all the points back on one drive, but get started on it. Start chopping into that lead, and maybe it'll inspire your defense to help out as well.
Now a 2nd and 10. They go play action. Daniels.
He's going to wind up and air it out. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted.
And the Eagles are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And their defense just helped them out by getting the football back on the opening drive here in the second half. And now can the offense follow through with points on their first possession?
And that's a big one for them because after the work the defense has done, they've got a chance here to open up this lead.
Back to throw here.
Quick slant here to Smith. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
What terrifies defenses when they see slant routes thrown is that the receiver is on the move, and oftentimes he catches it and gets upfield. Does a really nice job rallying to him and stopping him for a minimal gain.
And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
Good clean play. No flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get them off the field with a 3 and out.
They're going on 4th down with Hurts. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield.
And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley.
And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. 41 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right.
Hurts with a little pop pass on the jet sweep.
And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
On 2nd and 7, Hurts. And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Will Harris. And the Commanders are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, 3rd quarter, but that, not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now, if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
In motion, the tight end. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Zach Ertz, the man in motion. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now Daniels. Steps away to his left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
His impatience has to be bubbling over, trying to find a way to get his team to the end zone for the first time. He did find a way to break, contain, and get outside to buy his receivers a little extra time, but the connection couldn't be made on that throw.
Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Daniels looking to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's going to be about a yard or two short of the first here. He needed the 35, but didn't make it. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down. To the air goes Daniels. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th. Samuel in motion. Working out of the gun, Daniels. Back to Deebo Samuel for consecutive catches. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
And these two hooked up on a nice game to play before, and I always admire play callers that see a play that works and go right back to it, so they went right back to him. The reward, they're set up with 1st and goal.
Robinson fighting, but he won't get too far. Maybe a yard, that's all, down to the 2.
No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal.
Robinson is not going anywhere. He'll be hit and dropped for no gain at the 2-yard line.
He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. This Eagle defense, they won't give in without a fight. This is 3rd and goal. They'll try to run this one in.
And he will take it in. Touchdown, Commanders.
A great play there.
With his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Commanders are able to get a score back in the final stages of this 3rd quarter.
Zane Gonzalez on for the extra point. And he's got it. That cuts the lead. It's now 14-10. The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone.
And he's able to get it across the 20 to the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Pretty important 3rd quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started.
Silver, set.
Here's Hurts to throw.
It's complete downfield out left to his running back.
And he will step out of bounds here inside the 30. A big play there for Philly. And even 50 yards. Hurts. That is caught. It's the tight end Goddard. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Dallas Goedert, 27 yards. And the Eagles are closing in on a third straight win as they widen the gap further here in the fourth quarter. Elliott good on the extra point, and that makes it a 21-10 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone. Well, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket, only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
Debo going in motion left.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
Play action, now it's Daniels. He'll let this go for the end zone.
And incomplete on the deep ball.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
Samuel in motion.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 22 yards there, a first down.
Hands it off out of the gun.
Nifty move. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. A great effort there. His 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game.
And the Commanders have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. And that touchdown's going to put him in double digits now for the year. It's his 10th rushing touchdown of the campaign.
They'll try and run it here. And he will get into the end zone as a 2-point conversion is successful. And the lead is down to a field goal here in the 4th. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
And he'll go out of bounds, but not before reaching the opposite 35.
But when the highlight is shown of this play, all attention is going to be on the person running with the football. But how about the group as a whole? Setting up that big-time return, yardage that we won't even account for in the box score, may help them win the game.
Flushed out right. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
King, Phil King, Phil King.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
forced out to his left. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
I do think it's fair to say that they were caught off guard a little bit when we decided not to throw it on first down. But give them credit. They recovered in time to deny him the first down yardage. But it's only second and short. So that run is still likely to lead to a new set of downs.
And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. Slot man moves right.
Throwing is Hurts.
Flush to his right.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Eagles are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away.
From the gun, it's Hurts.
And it's caught. Touchdown, Eagles. Saquon Barkley. Touchdown number 22 on the season.
And the Eagles will add to their 4th quarter lead.
Elliott good with a PAT. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30.
At their own 30-yard line.
Here's 1st and 10.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36.
Here comes 2nd down. Throwing now is Daniels.
Dancing to his left. Now the defense loses him. It's complete. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21.
Well, they're not going to go quietly. That's a big play right there. 2 scores down. They're not out of this, but they've got to move.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
But they'll come up now. This is 2nd and long. To throw is Daniels.
Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Of course, remember, you need a touchdown here and a field goal.
Doesn't matter the order, but they have to get it done and get it done fast.
Well, you don't have to beg the Philly faithful to make noise. On their feet for 3rd down. That is caught. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Gonzalez now to add the extra point. And the lead is down to a field goal now. So with just under 40 seconds to go, you figure this is going to need to bounce their way if they have any shot. And the Eagles are going to recover. And that might be enough to put a bow on this one. A big mistake in that spot. You got to let it go down.
They didn't give themselves a chance. They had an opportunity, touched it first. Now they're in a really bad spot.
They got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on first down.
Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And he continues to be a focal point of this offense. That's now 10 touchdown catches for him on the year.
Elliott good on the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. This is 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. At 5 yards, not going to cut it here. Continues to run. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. They'll come up now on 2nd down. And they'll give them another shot here on the ground. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
This definitely 4-down territory at this point, but a critical 3rd down here. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll be stopped after a very short gain, and now you're looking at 4th down. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down. They'll try and run for it. And this doesn't end well at all as they stop him far behind the line to gain. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Eagles are likely going to win it. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. He'll get this out to Barkley complete. And he takes it into the end zone across the chalk. Now there is a flag down, but I think that's offsides on the defense.
Yeah, I think that's going to stand, partner.
Elliott good with a PAT. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30.
At their own 30-yard line.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end. A higher scoring game, Charles, than we typically see in the National Football League, but fun to watch these offenses. They were really clicking. It seemed like everything that they dialed up worked.
Yeah, it certainly was fun to watch from our perspective. I'd like to be those defensive coaches, though. That wasn't a blast for them at all. And let's face it, they all game plan, they all scout, they all think they're prepared. But executing and stopping teams, that's another matter entirely.
So for Philadelphia, the great run they've been on